The chance to be able to advocate for my daughter Emma and others like her that live every day with the challenges of hydrocephalus. Their journey may be the same, but their paths to get there vary in many degrees. But they all need someone to fight for them, and I will fight until I can't anymore. I'm Wright Brennan. This is the Lost in the Midlands podcast, sponsored by Seawright Roofing. And today I'm very excited to be here with a very special person. She's the owner of Munchkin Inc., chair for the Walk to End Hydrocephalus. She's a volunteer for the Hydrocephalus Association. Ms. Jessica Caulder. Thanks for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Very excited to have you. You guys are doing some amazing work in the community, and we want to hear about this cause and what you're doing. But before we do that, we want to jump into a little bit about your background.
Okay.
Kind of where you started in your journey, and kind of how you got here. So where are you from?
I am actually from Elgin, South Carolina, so not far.
Not far at all. Local. Very cool. And did you go to college or school around here?
No, I graduated from high school at Spring Valley, married my sweetheart, and we've been together since.
So you have always had a desire to give back and volunteer. You're doing a lot of really cool stuff in the community. I'm curious kind of what, part of the inspiration, kind of what started that journey?
Well, I've always liked to help out. Used to do United Way stuff, things like that.
Yeah.
And then my daughter was born, and at 9 months she was diagnosed with hydrocephalus. We were by ourselves.
Wow.
For the lack of better terms. And so I reached out trying to find more information about her because she was fixing to go back in for brain surgery. And the local lady, or the lady that was over everything, Randy, called me and she was like, okay, well, you're going to do a walk for South Carolina. And I'm like, no, I'm not. Don't know anything about it. Don't know how to do anything.
Yeah.
No, you're going to do a walk. And so she was like, I'll help you put it together. I just need you to be willing to do it. So I got roped into it.
You were voluntold.
I was voluntold 12 years ago, and wouldn't change a thing. Absolutely love our families.
That is really cool. Well, can you tell me a little bit about, how common is that?
1 in every 100,000 has hydrocephalus.
So there's families around the state of South Carolina that...
We have multiple families around South Carolina. Because of HIPAA laws, I don't get to know the exact number.
Right.
But we work with my daughter's neurosurgeon, and we're able to put out our information saying, hey, look, we're here. We do support. If you need us, please contact us. We have grown. Our first walk 12 years ago was 2 families, us and another one.
Yeah.
Last year, we had 30-something families. And so we're slowly getting bigger. Every year, we seem to gain a couple. Every once in a while, we don't have families come back, which we hate. But because the way hydrocephalus is, sometimes you have families that need it more often.
Yeah.
As in my daughter's case, she's 17. She's had 18 brain surgeries. We have another family. He's 15 and he's had 1.
Yeah.
So it just depends on...
Wow, varying degrees.
Yes.
And when so this walk, the first one y'all did, when you started out with 2, did y'all raise some money for that one?
We raised $3,000. But I was excited because it was more than...
Every penny counts.
Absolutely.
And it kind of gatewayed into the next year and the next year.
Yes.
So did that first year capture you?
It did, because the other family just melted my heart. My daughter finally got to see somebody else with hydrocephalus. And she always thought she was alone. She got to meet somebody else and she realized she's not alone.
Yeah.
And so every year we build on that. And when we build on it, we build families. And so some of my families we've had for 7 years, and they literally, every time their child makes a milestone, I get contacted. And I absolutely love it, because these kids were told they weren't supposed to live.
Yeah.
And now they're 7 years old and they're walking.
Wow.
So
my goodness.
It's absolutely just heartwarming to watch their stories.
And you're building a community of support for not just the kids, the parent, everybody involved. So
we're trying. So we offer support not only to the kids, but also to the families, what to expect, because, again, some people are a little bit different with how they respond.
Yeah.
Some treatments, like the only treatment right now is brain surgery. You can either have a shunt put in, which is plastic tubing, or they can go in and cauterize the artery. Again, my daughter's had both. The one that's the ETV, where they just go in and cauterize, doesn't work. Hers closed right back up.
Wow.
So she has a shunt anyway. And an ETV is not an option for some people. You have to have the shunt. Some people have one shunt, some people have two, some have three. So it just depends, but they're all brain surgery. Every single time is a brain surgery.
This is Wright Brennan, the owner of C. Wright Roofing. When it comes to the maintenance of your roof, you want to know that you have an experienced team that knows what they're doing. And with 10 years in the business, we check all the boxes. Leaky roof, storm damage, or just overdue on maintenance, give us a call at 803-828-4181 for a free estimate. Again, that's 803-828-4181. And remember, our commitment is to roof it the right way. My goodness. And I know that with that, you really need to raise funds to, that can't be an easy thing to raise money for. There's, a real cost involved with, doing that type of surgery, I'm guessing.
Oh, yes. Each surgery it's $100 and something $1,000 for every surgery.
Yeah. Wow.
We're blessed enough to have insurance that covers most of it. Unfortunately, hydrocephalus is not listed as a automatic disability to get TEFRA.
So not every family has coverage, is that correct?
Correct.
Wow.
We have lots of families that don't have any coverage. So we had a meeting with Mr. McMaster, and we talked about, it was decided 50-something years ago that hydrocephalus was a death sentence.
Yeah.
So it was not covered under a Disability Act. We are working for them to show them, hey, we have kids that have grown up.
Yeah.
They're living productive lives. They're voters. They're paying taxes. We just need to get them help when they're younger for their physical therapy, for their OT, for whatever they need so they can be contributing members of society.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things we're working with him, trying to, hey, they're part of the community that we need.
Yeah.
They do have a life expectancy, and we need to make sure that that's changed.
So that's another part of the organization. You're also trying to change the laws so that it benefits the community of people who are with this disease.
Yes, we do a lot of advocacy.
Yeah.
That's one of the newer things I started taking on, because I am not fluid with talking to lawmakers, but if it means benefiting our children, I will do it.
Yeah.
Another thing is, when I say children, we don't have all kids, okay? You can get hydrocephalus as an adult. You can get it from a car wreck. You can get it from traumatic brain injuries. We have a lot of our veterans that are coming back with it that's had TBIs. So when I say our children, I'm not talking about just children, because anybody at any age can get hydrocephalus.
What can somebody do who wants to contribute to this awesome cause? Like if somebody listening right now, like, well, I want to get involved. What can they do? So
they can contact us at Columbia Walk at hydroasot.org. And we have spots for advocacy. We've got spots for support. We got spots for sponsorships. We're always looking for sponsorships. We have people who, if you want to help put on the walk, we always need volunteers for that.
Okay, awesome. And tell me about how it's kind of changed you over the years.
I have grown very much as a person.
Yeah.
Not only learning to navigate my daughter's medical. I get called a lot from other families with stuff going on. Yeah. And they'll ask me questions. And again, I haven't been through it all. I am not a certified medical person. Yeah. But I know who to get them in contact with if they've got a family member that's going through something. So I've stepped out of my uncomfortable role a little bit, because I don't like being in the limelight. But if it means getting us what we need, what my child needs, and what other people need for care, I'll do it.
That's fantastic. You are a real leader. If it needs to get done, you're going to step in and do it. That's an impressive, and that's, I imagine that's what the organization needs, is somebody who's just going to come make some stuff happen. So that's really awesome. Okay, so what advice would you give to the next person coming in, or somebody else who's being asked to contribute? What would you tell them about? Hey, look, this is what's going to happen if you join this cause.
You're going to get a bigger family. You're going to find kids that you couldn't imagine loving, and each step they make is absolutely awe. Like, it puts me in awe when you have these kids and these families that are told that they'll never live, they'll never have quality of life, and you get to see them grow and be the people they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely the best feeling in the whole wide world.
Well, what a rewarding experience that is. What great work you guys are doing. I mean, I can't imagine what these families, these kids are going through. Blessed to have people like you out there to carry the torch and do the awesome work y'all are doing. Where can people find you?
So we have a Facebook page. It's Columbia, South Carolina Hydrocephalus Walk. Sorry, it's so long. But we also have Twitter. We have, and it's HA_Columbia Walk. And you can email us, but if you Google search South Carolina and hydrocephalus, you're going to find us.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for coming on. Thanks for the hard work you're doing. This is it's been a very awesome podcast having you on today. So,
well, we appreciate it very much. We like getting out there that what we're doing and that we need help. So anybody that wants to step up, we would absolutely love it.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, many thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, give us a follow and click the bell to stay up to date on future episodes, or click the link to watch another previous episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and please leave us a comment. We'd love to hear your feedback.